The greatest heartbreak of getting older isn't the wrinkles or the aching bones. It's looking into the eyes of the people you gave up absolutely everything for and realizing you're no longer their hero. You are just an inconvenience. Introduction, come in, my dear. Sit down right here next to me for a moment. Let me look at you. You look so incredibly tired. I know that look. It is the look of someone who has been pouring from an empty cup for far too long. You give and you give and you give, hoping that one day they will notice. Hoping that one day they will turn around, take your hands, and say, "Thank you. Now let me take care of you." But that day never seems to arrive, does it? Today, I want to talk to you about something that took me over 80 years to finally understand. I want to talk to you about the deep, hidden danger of over-sacrificing. Society tells us that a good mother, a devoted spouse, a loyal friend, is someone who bleeds themselves dry for others. We are taught to wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor, to prove our love by how much we are willing to suffer. But my sweet child, let an old woman tell you a very harsh truth. When you give people everything you have, they do not learn to appreciate you. They only learn to expect it. And the moment you stop giving, or the moment you finally need them to give back, suddenly, you become a burden. Let me tell you a story about a woman I knew very well. She was a mother of 3 beautiful children, a devoted wife, and a daughter who took care of her own aging parents without a single complaint. For 40 years, her own name was the very last one on her daily list. If the children needed new shoes for school, she wore her old ones until the soles wore completely thin, stuffing newspaper in the toes to keep out the cold. If her husband came home with a bad temper from a hard day at work, she swallowed her own grief and her own exhaustion just to be as quiet, smiling, sounding bored. She gave up her childhood dreams of painting landscapes. She gave up her quiet Sunday mornings. She gave up her very identity, all to make sure her family had a picture-perfect life. She thought she was building a mighty fortress of love. She told herself in the quiet hours of the night, if I give them my entire youth, my entire life, they will hold me when I am old and fragile. Well, the years slipped by, as they always do, faster than a blink. The children grew up, went to college, and moved away, building busy, important lives of their own. Her husband eventually passed on. And suddenly, she was 75 years old, living alone in a very quiet house, her hands too arthritic to paint those pictures she had put off for half a century. One chilly Tuesday morning, she fell. Just a little slip in the kitchen while making tea, but it was enough to frighten her and hurt her hip. She called her eldest son. He answered his phone, but his voice was tight and annoyed. "Mom, I am in the middle of a major meeting. Can't this wait?" He sighed. She called her daughter, who rushed over to help, but spent the entire afternoon huffing, loudly checking her watch, and making sure her mother knew just how much this little accident was disrupting her busy schedule. As that elderly woman sat in the hospital waiting room later that evening, surrounded by her grown children who were whispering in the hallway about who had to deal with Mom this week, it hit her. A cold, sharp, devastating realization that broke her heart into a million irreparable pieces. She had given them her entire life. She had sacrificed every dream, every quiet moment, every ounce of her vibrant energy. And in return, she had become a chore. An item on their endless to-do list. A burden. My dear, I was that woman. I am that woman. And the agonizing pain of that realization is something I do not want you to ever have to feel in your lifetime. Listen to me very carefully and let these words sink deep into your soul. Your value as a human being is not determined by how much you can do for other people. Read that again in your mind. We are taught from a very young age that self-sacrifice is the ultimate, purest form of love. But true love, healthy love, is a bridge. It must go both ways. When you constantly put yourself last, you are not actually teaching people to love you. You are teaching them that you do not matter. You are teaching them that your boundaries are entirely invisible, your personal needs are irrelevant, and your emotional energy is an endless, free resource for them to drain. It is a bitter pill to swallow, but people will treat you exactly the way you allow them to treat you. If you never say no, they will never learn to accept your no. If you always step in to fix their messes, they will never learn to clean up after themselves. And worse, they will bitterly resent you when you finally ask them to pick up a broom and help. Over-sacrificing does not build fierce loyalty. It builds quiet entitlement. You cannot buy someone's eternal gratitude with your own suffering. You must understand that keeping a little bit of yourself, just for yourself, is not selfish. It is survival. If you burn your own house down just to keep someone else warm, do not be surprised when they walk away from the ashes simply because it is no longer comfortable for them to stay. You must learn to look at the people you love and say, I love you, but I cannot do this. You must learn to stop volunteering to carry the heavy cross. Because, my dear, they will gladly stand back and watch you carry it, but they will not help you down when you start to bleed. I want you to take a hard look at your life right now. Look at the relationships that are draining the light from your eyes. Who are you twisting yourself into uncomfortable knots for? Who are you losing sleep over night after night while they sleep perfectly soundly without a second thought about your well-being? I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself at my age, sitting in a rocking chair by the window, looking down at the wrinkled hands resting quietly in your lap. What memories do you want those hands to hold? Do you want them to hold only the heavy weight of other people's burdens and expectations? Or do you want them to hold the warmth of a life truly, deeply lived? Your own beautiful life. It is not too late to change the script. It is never too late to stop the exhausting cycle of overgiving. It feels terribly uncomfortable at first. Oh, I know it does. Setting a boundary feels like starting a war when people are used to your total, unquestioning surrender. They will call you changed. They will say you're acting selfishly. They might even pull away. Let them. Let them be upset. Their negative reaction to your new boundaries is exactly the reason why you needed those boundaries in the first place. You are not a machine built for the convenience of others. You are a breathing, feeling human being with a soul that desperately needs nourishment, a heart that needs resting, and a spirit that needs joy. Do not wait until you are 82 years old to realize that you deserve the exact same profound love and gentle care that you so freely handed out to everyone else. Before you get up and go back out into that busy world, I want you to make me a promise. Promise this old woman that tomorrow morning, when you wake up and put your feet on the floor, you will do one thing just for you. Not for your spouse, not for your children, not for your demanding boss, just for you. Drink your morning coffee slowly, tasting every drop. Read a chapter of a book that makes you smile. Walk outside in the sunshine and feel the breeze on your face. Reclaim a little piece of your own soul. Do not give it all away, my sweet child. Keep a piece of your beautiful, precious life for yourself. You are entirely worthy of your own love. You are not a burden, and you never will be, as long as you remember your own immense worth. Go in peace now, stand tall, and remember everything we talked about today. If my words found a safe place in your heart today, please leave a comment down below. Tell me about a time you had to learn this incredibly hard lesson, or just say, I choose me today. Let us learn from each other's journeys. And if you know someone who is pouring from an empty cup and feeling unappreciated, please share this message with them. It might be exactly what they need to hear. Make sure to subscribe, my dear, so we can sit and talk again soon. Take wonderful care of yourself.